Hey guys, it's Matt King. How would you guys like to make $1,000 a day? A client of mine, Eric Vogel, is doing exactly that, and I just did a quick case study video with him, and we're going to jump right into that because I don't want to waste any more time. I want you guys to know exactly what we did for him to be able to make $1,000 a day and get to that point where he could have total life freedom. So, without further ado, let's check this out right now.
Yeah, Matt, it was, I'll tell you what, it was a long road to get to this point. It was a lot of testing, a lot of learning, a lot of going to conferences, a lot of studying videos from the gurus like Russell Brunson, Ryan Dice, a lot of the big internet guys, Frank Kern, those types of guys. A lot of learning. And then once I started getting more serious and realizing that I have to get someone that know how do I get traffic, or how do I tweak this and that as far as my funnels. Well, and then you and I were friends at that point, and I know you were going through the ClickFunnels certification, and I said, I'm getting more serious here, Matt. How about let's dig into the Facebook ads, let's see how I can get traffic. Can you help me with this tweak, that tweak, as far as inside of my funnels? And that was a game changer for me. It really brought my business to a whole new level as far as online sales for my online soccer training
Mhm.
for coaches. Different drills and things for coaches is what we sell, all digital. So they log in online and they access different packages, which saves them a lot of time from coming up with their own drills for their players during their practices. So they can have a whole set of sessions already specifically laid out for them to run, and they don't have to spend the time doing it. And these sessions will get their teams better, their players better, and get them to the championships and winning more games. So,
Wow.
uh,
Good. You're
yeah.
talking at benefits. I like it.
And that's another thing you taught me a lot is benefits. Benefits is was huge. That was a big game changer when we were doing, in a lot of the email copy that I have now is focusing on benefits, making sure those benefits are in each and every email, and how often I should be emailing. I realized I wasn't emailing enough. So, hey, Matt you told me put more emails out there. Let's look at what you're doing. Let's look inside your account, and let's see what the click-throughs are. Let's dig in a bit. All right, let's tweak this email up. It's not getting the open rate. Let's change the subject line. This one's not getting click-throughs. Let's look inside of this email and see what you got. What's the text looking like? What are people reading? Is the story there? Is it hitting their emotions?
Yep. And I
That's it.
know. I think I told you, either I told you this or you told me. You said, "Dude, this is awesome." When I send out an email, I make money, and I'm like, "Yeah, I told you that's how it works, man."
Yeah, so that's when I realized I got to send more emails. And it wasn't just any emails. I couldn't just send out an email. I had to put a lot of thought and a lot of hard work into the emails as far as the text and the copy. But once those emails were set and the copy was set, I could put them in my autoresponder. That way, everybody that's going through my funnel will eventually get those emails coming through as they go through that email sequence, autoresponder, and that will turn into sales. Or maybe I'm doing a flash sale and I'm sending out a broadcast. Well, I'm hitting them every day with a different email. Maybe it's a 4-day flash sale. So every day I'm at least hitting them with one email. Towards the end of that flash sale, I'm going to hit them with 3-4 emails on the same day, which a lot of people are like, whoa, that's crazy. But if you're confident in your product and that it's going to help people, it's going to save them time, it's going to give them the results that they need, your product is what they need. You shouldn't feel bad for sending emails to people, because I've gotten emails back. The coaches love our product. They love our product. What they're most hesitant about is when they initially see our website or a product, and they're just a little bit skeptical because they've maybe never heard of us before. That's where the money really started to come in, and finally hitting this $1,000 a day really feels great. And a lot of it had to do with your strategic coaching and teaching and training me through, especially with ClickFunnels. It had everything that I needed, able to set up my email sequences through there, opt-ins, landing pages, everything. My whole website, everything's through there. So it's been great. And being able to work with someone like yourself, Matt, has been a game changer because you've been there for me. You've been there. Give me your thoughts. Hey, use this plugin. Do this, tweak that, put this special script in the custom CSS, and it's going to do this. It's going to do that. So that's been a huge help for me and to get me to where I'm at now today.
Man, you've come so far. Like I can honestly say I'm very proud of the progress that you've made, because it's very hard for one, it's just flat out hard, but two, from a mental standpoint, it's hard to get past the idea of throwing money at Facebook and throwing money at Google or into banner ads or putting the time into speaking with with your people that you view as competitors who might not actually be competitors. You've been able to do that, and I knew once you got over that and you really started putting a little bit more into your ads, you'd be able to scale this, and especially after making more products. So, and you've done that. So,
I've also realized that a lot of the income is in the back end. So a lot of my focus now is on the back end, which is the email sequences, which I've touched on a little bit, but specifically what's in each email, making sure I mix in the right amount of training and sales at the same time. Sales of the right product for that coach. So if they opt in for passing, okay, here's a training on passing. The next day, okay, here's maybe another training on player development and a little bit on passing as well. So I'm hitting them with the passing a little bit there, but then I'm saying, okay, here's what you really need to get to the next level. Here, this taught you this, but here's what the core passing pack does. This is what it's going to do for you. Well, so you do have to have great products, especially if it's digital. You got to have great products and believe in it, and it's got to help people. It's got to help people.
I know when we first started working with each other, I think you had like 20, maybe 15,000 people on your list. So that's a huge spread to go from 15,000 up to 70,000. I know when you told me that the other day, that totally blew me away. I was like, "You have what? That's awesome, dude!" And I know you've been doing email swaps as well, and it's kind of like. The way that you're doing it, it's like a really good list building technique, but it's also making you a lot of money at the same time. It's kind of it's kind of like an alternative version of solo ads, but the difference is solo ads, normal people pay somebody to do what you're doing for free. So you're building a list and making thousands of dollars on top of it, and it's not costing you anything.
That's been a game changer. It's a win-win. Yep. I always try to create win-wins, and that's been one of the biggest win-wins that I've found. Not viewing if I find a company that's doing something in my niche, even if it's someone doing soccer sessions for coaches, there's enough differentiation as far as coaches training that coaches want different techniques and strategies from different coaches. So what I've found is reaching out to these companies that are doing similar things to us, or maybe a company that does an app that's for team management, soccer management for coaches. Okay, they also have an email list. So it goes alongside of what we do. So coaches that have a team management app are going to be interested in soccer sessions for their teams. So it just makes sense. They might not buy right away, but they're on our email list over time, and they might buy a year from now, 2 years from now. They're getting to know us. They're getting to know our trainings, our sessions.
Yeah, I agree. And you're not the first person to say that. A lot of clients, a lot of people that I've worked with have said that. They'll call me up and go, "Hey, Matt, I just got this sale. However much it is, it might be $300, it could be $1,000, but they'll say, I just got this sale from this guy, and guess how long he's been on my list?" And hey, well, tell me, how long has he been? I give up. But and they're like, "Yeah, he's been on for like 2 years or 3 years." Sometimes it takes a little while for that incubation process to really take place and do its thing. Not everybody's ready right now. You might be able to close. Depending on how good your system is, you might be able to close anywhere from 1% to 5% right away. I mean, like right now when the first time somebody sees your material, if it's
Mm.
endorsed traffic, I've seen as high as 10 to
Mm.
12%. But over time, you will, with those email sequences, you will be able to convert easily 10 to 25% or more of your list. So um,
You're right.
there's
I forgot. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right on that. And I forgot to mention too, one thing that was really important with the swaps that I realized, if it wasn't endorsed, say it was just an email that we sent them to send out to their list that said, "Hey, this is Coach's Training Room. Here's what we got going on." The results were minimal compared to uh, one of the apps is Teamer, for instance. So it says, "Hey, our good friends over at Coach's Training Room." So the email is from Teamer endorsing us and our products. That type of email does 10 times better than us just talking to their list. And people are like, who's Coach's Training Room? There's no introduction.
Yep,
So it's
exactly.
been a huge difference.
Like having that endorsement pre-frame is
Mm-hmm.
it's solid gold. There's no other way to say it. If you can get endorsed traffic from somewhere,
Yep, especially if they've built a good foundation with their list.
yeah, it's not quite as effective if their list isn't warm. Then the endorsement doesn't really mean
Mm-hmm.
anything. If it's just one random guy trying to talk about some other random guy, it's not going to do quite as much good. That's why you have that list building process, and then the authority building process, and the process of adding value into somebody else's life or into their business. That's where all that's going to come from.
Just to touch on the financial end a bit, this has been able to lift a huge weight off of my shoulders and my family's shoulders a bit, because it was hard for me because my wife was making more money than I was, and I was working at this business so hard, and there were times where, like I said, it's just up and down and up and down, and then if you're the internet entrepreneur and your wife is maybe the employed going to job 9 to 5 every single day, and they're the breadwinner, and you're sitting at home on the computer, it's hard at times thinking, gosh, should I go get a job? Because is this ever going to pay off? Is it's gonna really work? Is this going to work? And it finally got to that point where it's like, wow, this worked. This paid off for me. Making $1,000 a day. Now we're going to be able to ramp up from here. It's put a smile on my face. It's just relaxed my mind, my wife's mind, and she's gaining more trust in me financially, as far as being able to be head of the household for financial, and being able to take more relaxing vacations and trips and enjoy our lives a bit more, and not always be talking about money, thinking about money, arguing about money, and going from there. So it's been great. It's been a life changer for me.
That's what this is all about. It's about being able to live the internet lifestyle, and when you arrive, there's nothing that can take that joy away from you. I mean, but it is. It's one of the best feelings in the world when all this work pays off, and you can go on the vacation and your phone's still sitting over there pinging because you just got sales. Hey, look at this, honey! I just got a $200 sale. Somebody's going through our funnel and say, "Oh, hey, look at that! The same person just took the upsell and we just made another $400. We
Yeah.
just paid for a vacation, honey."
Yeah.
you know. No, man, that's been and the biggest joy for me has just been able to see you having that kind of success as we go through this process. So, um, I don't have any other questions. If you have anything else that you'd like to bring up before we part ways, by all means, go ahead. If not, thank
Well,
you
it's been
very
great.
much.
I think anybody looking for help, especially with sales funnels, email marketing, sales copy, think about hiring Matt or getting on a free call with him if he's offering it at this time. Free 30-minute coaching, session with him to look through your funnel, see how he can help you. I'd highly recommend it. It's been a game changer for me. Like I said, it's helped immensely get me to where I'm at. So if you're thinking about Well, I've started dabbling a little bit here, and I want to get more serious. Then definitely give Matt a call and let him go through, get his insight, and tell him a little bit about what you're doing, and listen to his feedback because he knows what he's talking about.
And that's it, guys. If you guys would like the opportunity to work with me, as Eric has had the opportunity to work with me and work on that strategy, work on his designs, get his copy critiques, do all that fun stuff that gets you to that point where you have that total life freedom in your life, then I would love to speak with you. Like Eric said, I do offer a 30-minute free strategy session so we can look at what's on your plate. What are you doing? How can we fix it? What can we do to take you from where you're at to the point where you're making 6 and sometimes 7 figures a year with your expertise? How can we do that for you? So what I would like to do is invite you guys to hit the button right below this video that has an apply for the concierge service, which is our done for you funnel services, where we take care of a lot of your strategy. We of course work with you to make sure we have that strategy down, and then we'll jump right into your funnel designs, your emails. We'll do some traffic management if you're doing it, great. If not, we do offer that as a service. We can help take care of that, and then of course we'll manage all your A/B split testing and tweaking and testing and all that stuff. It really gets you to where you want to be, making a lot of money. So be like Eric, make a lot of money. $1,000 a day is all you need for total life freedom. I'd love to talk to you guys. Hit the apply now button and give me a little bit of information about your project. Schedule a spot on our schedule. We normally do Tuesday through Thursdays in the mornings, and that's Eastern Standard Time. Put yourself on the schedule, and I'd love to talk to you guys soon. All right, take it easy. We'll talk to you guys soon.